this is my review of Sonic X. Okay, so we're nearing the end of the first season, and Chris is notably a little concerned that his new friends might leave him, because there's between everybody who has one, there are now 6 Chaos Emeralds, with the 7th, the clear one, being the only one that's missing. So, yeah, everybody's trying to find him, but Chris is notably upset because of the fact that if they find it, it means that they'll be able to go home. And sure enough, Mr. Stewart picks up on this in class and decides to give him some much needed therapy, and pointing out that he noticed that he realizes that it's most likely the contradiction of Chris having made his new friends and his new friends possibly leaving very soon that's causing Chris's distress. And Chris quickly realizes that he's right and decides to come to terms with that. And sure enough, goes home to try and take one last look around and reminisce about everybody being there. Meanwhile, Eggman has come up with a plan that's ironically foolproof. So he actually designed a robot that's actually designed to be his secret weapon. A robot called E77, otherwise known as Lucky. So here's the thing about Lucky. He's designed to be a pure ball of luck. His design is very reminiscent of several Lucky Charms, and to the point where he's in fact extremely lucky. It actually plays a factor in this episode. The idea is that Eggman's latest robot will stumble upon it through sheer luck, which Lucky is designed to be. So his idea is that he just needs a little bit of luck and designs Lucky for that express purpose. And sure enough, Lucky winds up pulling his weight in more ways than one, because around that time, Knuckles is contemplating how they're supposed to get home, and remembering what Tikal said to him, although at this stage he doesn't know who Tikal is. He realizes that in order to get home, they're going to need to work with Dr. Eggman, since they can only get home if all 7 Chaos Emeralds are assembled. And between him and Sonic, they currently have 5. Eggman has another one, and the 7th one's MIA. So he quickly realizes that he needs to actually find a way to bring them all home by actually getting in contact with Dr. Eggman, which incidentally he does, because around that time he runs into Lucky, who has fallen over. He helps him and discovers that Eggman's base is nearby. So he quickly realizes he now has a golden ticket to get everybody home, and immediately tracks down Chris so that they can actually work together to get everybody home, and tells them his plan, that they work with Eggman to actually get the Chaos Emeralds. And sure enough, they decide to do that. They take a train to Eggman's base, although they leave Lucky behind. He later winds up in a dumpster and gets transported to the city dump, which winds up playing into his favor because he finds the Chaos Emerald there. So that's his little plot line. But that's his little plot line. He initially seems as unlucky, even though he's supposed to be very lucky. And as it turns out, he is, because he finds the Chaos Emerald, i.e. the thing he was supposed to find, in the city dump. So yeah, he winds up there, and that's his entire contribution to the episode. And while Chris and Knuckles are riding on the train to get to Eggman's base to meet with him, Rouge and Topaz actually meet with the president, and point out that they can actually get Eggman off the planet if they assemble the 7 Chaos Emeralds. But as Rouge points out, it's a little bit dangerous because it could very well cause untold catastrophic problems to the planet. And that's something that the president wants to avoid, so he decides to hold back on it for now, but he does have an ace up his sleeve in the Beetle, so eventually he's going to be able to use that. And indeed he does, because he does eventually issue it by the end of the episode, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So, in any case, Chris and Knuckles meet with Eggman and they tell their plan. And Eggman feigns friendship. He pretends to be nice and pretends to be seeing the error of his ways, realizing they do need to work together. And sure enough, willingly has Knuckles give him the Chaos Emerald, which winds up working in Eggman's favor, because Eggman is just kind of tricked Knuckles into doing what he wants, because he realizes that Lucky had helped him. And sure enough, Knuckles and Chris do wind up giving him the Chaos Emerald they have, and Chris goes back home to tell Sonic his plan. He never actually gets to, because he realizes that it's better if he just does it, and then they find out afterward, or at least better. And decides instead of telling Sonic to just take the Chaos Emeralds and leave them a note explaining why he did it. So yeah, he takes the remaining Chaos Emeralds, and sure enough, they can't use the extra Neo to go after him because he takes those as well. And they go back to Eggman and gives it to him. And at which point, Lucky finally chimes in and tells him that he found the 7th Chaos Emerald. And at which Eggman reveals his true colors and ejects Knuckles from the plane. So, and sure enough, takes off in the Egg Fort too. Pointing out to Chris that it doesn't really matter whether he goes home or not, since he can establish his Eggman Empire either way. Meanwhile, Sonic has figured out exactly what's going on, and quickly deduces where Chris is going by using a picture to show him to some local vendors, and eventually catches up as they're taking off, but realizes too late that he's unable to stop Chris and chases after Eggman instead. So Eggman now has 6 Chaos Emeralds and is close to getting the 7th because his robot Lucky actually found one. So now he has 6 and is on his way to having all 7. So and to boot, he also kidnapped Chris. So yeah, now the stakes are pretty high. Eggman has 6 of the 7 Chaos Emeralds, and he's on his way to getting the 7th because one of his robots now has it. So yeah, it's gonna be a big problem once he assembles all 7, because last time he did it, he almost destroyed the world. And indeed he did. He warped it, he warped a bunch of characters back over to Station Square in Chris's world. So yeah, now he's got all 7. He's got all 6 and is close to getting the 7th, which means he's going to most likely do it again. So now it's kind of a race against the clock. Will Sonic be able to take down Eggman before he actually gets to the 7th Chaos Emerald and gets it from Lucky? And also, the President deploys his beetle thing, which we haven't actually seen yet, so we're most likely going to see it by the end of next episode. And sure enough, next episode is the season finale, so they kind of have to wrap everything up now. But before they move on to the next season. But in any case, yeah, this is going to be a pretty big turning point for the series, because now Eggman has 6 of the 7th Chaos Emeralds. Thanks to Knuckles, might I add. He got tricked again, because that's just the kind of thing that happens. Knuckles is a bit naive, and, well, he's sometimes an idiot, but his heart was in the right place, but he still should have known better than to trust Eggman, especially after Eggman tricked him at least once up to this point. So yeah, with that, Eggman has 6 Chaos Emeralds and is close to getting the 7th, so that's going to be a big deal when it actually happens. So yeah, what do you guys think? What do you think is going to happen next? I honestly have no idea because I've never watched this show before, but what do you guys think? Well, that was my review of Sonic X. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below, or over on my Discord server, link in the description. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below. And also be sure to check out my Patreon in the description below as well. It's only a couple bucks a month. It really helps me out, and you guys get access to a bunch of cool perks. I'm always saying thanks, so be sure to check those out in the description below as well. But in any case, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!